Welcome back to the podcast where martial arts and microeconomics meet in the octagon. I'm Logan.
So today we're talking about the thing that makes every fighter sweat, sweet competition, but not just in the ring. We're talking about how competition in martial arts world affects the economy, from gyms and training to pay-per-view battles. Competition doesn't just shape fighters, it shapes the dollars too.
Yeah, the competition isn't just about who can throw the hardest punch, it's about who can dominate the market. And in the world full of martial arts, that competition is huge. Impact on everything from prices and income to how martial arts as fans. So let's kick things off. First, with major change in economics.
Back in the day, martial arts was all about karate. You had karate kids running around everywhere in the 80s, thanks to, the Karate Kid, obviously. But then as new martial art styles competed for attention, taste started to shift. Suddenly, people wanted to try Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or MMA.
Right. It's like martial arts went from being a Bruce Lee movie to a buffet where everyone wanted to try a little bit of everything. And with all of these styles competing for your attention, taste started to diversify. Before it was all about striking, then it came to grappling, submissions, and the next thing you know, people were rolling around the mats instead of throwing kits.
When UFC came on the scene, it was like a huge taste test for martial arts. Everyone wanted to see which style was best. That competition totally flipped the market, and suddenly traditional martial arts gyms had to evolve or risk going under. They weren't just competitions with the gym across the street anymore. They were competing with the idea of MMA itself.
Exactly. You had gyms scrambling to add MMA or kickboxing to their signs just to keep up with the shift in demand. And that brings us to changes in prices. Competition didn't just change what people wanted to learn, it also changed how much they were willing to pay for it.
Oh, 100%. You used to be able to charge top dollar for a black belt program in a karate taekwondo, but as MMA gyms popped up, prices started to drop. The market got saturated, and suddenly you couldn't just rely on fancy belt systems to charge premium prices anymore.
Yeah, the classic JoJo model went from, hey, pay $200 a month, and in 5 years you'll be a black belt. Pay $50 and get punched in the face or for a real cage. Competition prices drove down, and gyms had to get creative to stand out. They couldn't just rely on high prices and term contracts anymore. They had to deliver value.
That's where you saw the rise of package deals, discount for new students, and trial classes start. People started shopping around because they had so many options. If one gym was too expensive, no problem. There's another one 2 blocks away offering a free week of classes. It's like Groupon for getting punched.
And while prices were dropping for customers, gyms were still trying to compete to make profit, which leads us to changes in income. Gyms and fighters had to find new ways to bring in cash. You couldn't just rely on teaching classes or selling uniforms anymore.
Nope, with all the competition so fierce, gyms started looking for alternative income streams across the platforms. Some added fitness classes like CrossFit or yoga to appeal to a broader crowd. Others jumped into selling gear like branded gloves, rash guards, or supplements. You even had fighters turning into influencers, building their brands on social media to make extra money.
Yeah, fighters like Conor McGregor took it to another level. He didn't just compete in an octagon, he sold himself as a brand. With all that competition between fighters, McGregor knew that he had to stand out, not just win. And he made millions, not just from fights, but endorsements and businesses like his whiskey company.
And it's just not the top fighters benefiting from the competition. Even smaller local gyms are getting a slice of pie by hosting seminars with famous fighters or streaming their fights online. The competition for attention has opened up all kinds of new income opportunities.
Speaking of attention, that brings us to the change in buyers, which so many martial arts gyms competing for your dollar. The market has exploded. It's not just hardcore fighters anymore. It's casual fitness folks, weekend warriors, and even soccer moms trying out kickboxing classes.
Totally, the buyer base has expanded like crazy. A few decades ago, if you wanted to learn martial arts, you were probably serious about it. And now, thanks to competition, gyms are appealing to a much wider audience. You've got gyms offering cardio kickboxing for people who just want to get in shape, while others focus on training actual fighters.
And that competition has made martial arts way more mainstream. Gyms are competing to see who can appeal the most diverse crowd, which means you're seeing everything from kids, karate birthday parties, to corporate them building jiu-jitsu seminars. The buyers aren't just fighters, they're everyone.
Yep, and with more buyers come higher expectations. Gyms now have to offer better facilities, better equipment, and better experience. Gone are the days when a gindly, sweaty basement was good enough for training. Competitions mean gyms are upgrading, state-of-the-art mats, clean locker rooms, and let's not forget about Wi-Fi in the lounge for that post-workout selfie.
So yeah, a lot of things have changed over the years, but things will continue to change as the market grows. But for for now, we'll catch you guys in the next podcast.